I'm actually an appointed incumbent here, and I just wanted to start with that in that I'm running for a 2-year term and I'm running uncontested. So I'm I feel as though I represent a multi-generational constituency, and that my connection is very strongly linked to the youth. My daughter is a White Hill Middle School student, and my son just began his freshman year at Drake High School. I've worked with the kids in the classroom since they were very tiny. I've done activities, I've taught them, I've traveled with them. I believe I know through my own children's experience the wishes and the challenges of that generation. I also feel connected through the work that I've done as an activist and an environmental leader in the community. The challenges and the stumbling blocks for the people and the parents of my generation. And I've also had the opportunity to work very closely with the senior members of our community, and I've seen their challenges, what it is that could actually contribute to them having a better quality of life. And I really believe in bridging those generations. And so that's the constituency. So what I deal with every day is commuting by bicycle. I've watched what's happened on our streets as our population has grown, as we've advocated for more children bike commuters, and as we've created a very vibrant and thriving downtown where people want to come. What's happened is the roadways have become clogged and frankly unsafe for multimodal transportation. And so I really believe that we need to focus our priorities on building a town where there is space for the people. I also believe that our youth voice has been very underrepresented, and the prioritization of our youth programming needs bolstering and all the support that we can muster from the town and from the local leadership. And another piece is the lack, I believe, of emergency preparedness, which we have in this town. I would like very much to help create systems and support the systems that are already in place for contacting, alerting people, and for generating a really solid, concrete plan for disaster preparedness and a well-educated public response to the potential for a disaster. I believe the first criteria for managing a budget in a fiscally responsible way would be, first of all, to understand the priorities of the community and where the funds are already allocated, and then to listen to the needs and the requests and the requirements of the community itself. I think that we get into trouble when we prioritize things that the community doesn't necessarily agree with. So that would be responsibility to the needs of the community members, the commercial sector, the nonprofit sector. And the other thing I will say about budget, in my experience, is that I do not come with a economics background. And so I believe that the most fiscally responsible thing that I can do at this point is continue to learn from fellow council members, from economists, from our finance director, who does a very thorough professional job, what it takes to prioritize a budget and what's the most appropriate way to to manage a budget, considering our constraints and considering the priorities of the community. I have been a passionate advocate for the environment, for the youth voice, and my passion often drives a way of behaving that doesn't necessarily account for the opinions and the feelings of other members of the community who may have differing passions. And so I use this as an opportunity, and I believe that I'm having success to put my passions on the sideline, to listen with an open mind to the needs and what it is that the community cares about, and in doing so, to really take myself out of the way. And also to represent something that I feel is good leadership, which is to insert my opinions, my ideas, my passions along the way, and then see how it is that I can best represent all of those beliefs in the public forum at council. Again, probably the most important thing is opening the channels of communication. So it's really walking in with fresh eyes and fresh ears to listen to the public. So it can be damaging to come in with such a strong opinion that you're not able to listen, and also to manage council meetings in a civil and in a respectful manner. And it's a facilitation of that conversation and discourse between the local leadership, the constituency, and the members of the community. Being a new member of council, the first thing that I was educated about and handed the written laws are the Brown Act. So the Brown Act ensures that there isn't an opportunity for council members to strategize and come in with an already formed opinion and decision about the issues that come up in the community. So the Brown Act states that I, as an individual council member, can converse and dig around with one other council member. So cannot communicate or strategize with more than one other council member on a council of 5. And this is a very seriously adhered to law in this community, and I'm learning how to use it. It's a challenge to garner information, which is something that is allowed under the Brown Act, and keep that separate from coloring your opinion and strategizing behind the scenes. I think that there's a common sense about applying a code of ethics that you bring to your life or you don't. And it really is every day a process of digging inside, understanding your own values, and then making every attempt to listen to what the members of the public's values are. So being guided by that code of ethics outside of the restraints and conditions of the Brown Act really require deep and really profound listening skills. The codes of ethics are ones that I'm learning as I go along, and that I apply as I acquire those skills.